Yeah, I was talking to somebody earlier
About what?
about how the system wants us all tied into it. And the moment you decide,
We are out here in the wild, all
right,
right?
and that's why I'm bringing that up.
Okay, go ahead, tell your story.
Unhook, you become a domestic terrorist, the enemy. The fact is, we're under a one world system already. I mean, why fight it? Adapt and overcome.
I disagree.
Why?
We shouldn't adapt to it.
Well, you got to, because fighting it's over with.
It might be everywhere, but I still would want to hold on to some freedoms that we have.
Well, yeah.
Because if we did just all drink the Kool-Aid, we'd all drop dead like the rest of them. So,
But you have to take part in the legal system. Sadly enough.
I think at times the system can be pushed back if people do fight.
Right.
Those who don't fight, that's when it does. So I don't say, well,
But
it's already.
But you got different ways of fighting. It doesn't have to include violence.
I didn't say violence.
Well, right. I know, I'm just specifying.
That's against the Constitution anyway. You can't, that would be triggering an uproar. I'm not saying that. I'm saying resist when they put that on you and protest it.
Yeah.
In a civilized manner. These idiots that block cars and all that junk, that ain't doing nothing.
Right. I don't think people realize that protest and not taking part is a peaceful form of resistance.
It is a, no.
Oh, yeah.
A peaceful form of resistance?
Yeah.
Not if you're conforming to it. Protesting is resisting what they are doing, but doing it in a civilized manner.
Mm-hmm.
These idiots, like I said, that are like, and really these idiots that are protesting stupid stuff anyway, like save the animals or whatever, and blocking. Have you heard that on YouTube, by the way?
No, I haven't.
They have, like at universities and whatnot, and let's see what happened here in some of the universities here in America, sitting in front of the vehicles, refusing them to move. And the cars, now, I really don't understand it, because a person to a car is going to win every time. So why don't if it was me, I'd just bump that son of a gun right on out of my way. If they won't be stupid enough and just sit there, okay, sit there. But I know it was happening over in England. They were and what was so bad, in some cases, some people were trying to drag them out of the way, and they real quick like get back in front of the cars so they couldn't go. I'm like, that human being ain't gonna stop me. I'm just gonna.
But adapt and overcome doesn't mean that you completely adapt to the system. You adapt to what they want, but then you resist.
You shouldn't adapt on some things.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's some things that we don't really have a whole choice on unless you want to see.
If there was enough people that would push back against it, it would happen. But this is why it's never going to work, because just like you can't even get a politician in there that would stand up for true freedom.
You mean like pushing back on getting paid cash instead of on your debit card? I miss paychecks. I like getting a paycheck in my hand, but not enough people.
Now I'm getting another call.
Not enough people were against that.
If it's that damn spam.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Sign up for our health insurance.
That's exactly what it is. Hello. Yeah, fuck you too. Well, they hung up. Look what says up there. Oh, and you know where these numbers came from? I put in these on these stupid online applications about applying for a job.
Uh-huh.
I give them my personal information, my phone number and all, and that's what happens. Oh, we are wanting to contact you because you may be eligible to receive free health care or whatever. I'm like, I don't want that shit. I want a job.
I know. It's like adapt and be part of the matrix or starve.
No, that just goes to show it's a scam, which, heck, I'm trying to think of some of the websites that advertise job applications.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them are a scam because none of the companies, and that's the thing, I'm like, it was one for Audi. Mm-hmm. I was applying for Audi, or I thought, and it's going to that stupid app service.
Wow.
And it's doing that instead. And apparently there's no such thing as a do not call list no more.
There's not.
Because you used to say that. You tell them not to call you, and if they continue to call you, you can report to us because they're harassing you then.
Because the federal government can only enforce laws within the borders of the United States.
That would
As long
explain
as
why-
companies contract outside the United States for call centers, they can call anybody. We can't enforce that law because it's outside
That
the border of the
explains why
United
they're all
States.
foreigners. Then.
Right.
Oh my God! I'm just cussing them out when they call me. I'm like, okay, you want to call me? Call me. I'm about to call you everything but a child of God. I mean, it's aggravating as hell.
That it is.
And of course, you got two. Now, my stupid sister, she'll sit there and be nice to them, say, "Oh, honey, I'm not interested in that right now. No, I don't." And I'm like, "Bullshit! I'm going to cuss them out." I'm like, "Don't call me. I'll hang up on them. I'll either say don't call me, or I'll just hang up on their asses." And I can't stand it when I answer the call and they don't say hello or anything. The first thing they say is my name. I'm like, "Who is this? Is this Kenneth?" I'm like, "I asked you first. Who the fuck is this?" I mean, I treat them like a damn Nazi. I'm like, no.
Well, it was like what happened to Snowden.
With who?
Snowden. He
Yeah.
outed the government for, the government spying on people's telephone calls, and people were calling me going, "Mike, you were always right, man. We thought you were full of bullshit." But I didn't have the, I couldn't back up what I was saying, Snowden was in the position to back up what he was saying, and now he has to hide somewhere if he's not dead yet.
Well, people were saying it as far back as the 60s and 50s, and people weren't listening, and that's the problem.
Yep, nobody listens. As long as I got mine and my life's going okay, I'm not concerned.
And now that it's abundantly here, they think they can push back, and there's very little you can do. But I still don't say
Right, especially since the Twin Towers come down and they passed the Patriot Act and Homeland Security.
Can we not have a better topic here?
We could.
Because knowing the way it is and can't change it doesn't put me in a very good mood.
Well, you adapt and overcome, and eventually, if you overcome, you can change
That's
it.
my problem. I am not an adapter. I do not adapt well. I'd run to the hills, but there ain't no hills to run to.
So much for that Iron Maiden song, right? See how that worked for us natives.
I'm not a fan of Iron Maiden. What song was that?
Run to the hills.
That was a song?
Yeah. Come to think of it, it wasn't a very good song to begin with. But...
There wasn't a very good band. You know they were a British band?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I do like some of their stuff. I
I
laughed.
never cared for them.
I laughed when what's his name showed up on Natural Born Killers. They were interviewing him about what he thought about Mickey and Mallory.
What's his name? What was he? Was he one of the band members?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when your mascot is a zombie, there's something wrong with you.
I don't know. I thought Eddie was cool.
Oh, Eddie was their you even knew the mascot's name?
Yeah.
I didn't know it had a name.
Yeah, it had a name.
Eddie the zombie, huh? Oh, and he's the one that they were interviewing?
No.
Oh.
Not the mascot. Mascot didn't have much to say.
So this was one of the band members you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
He is reading the script, though.
But no, I never could get into Iron Maiden. But then again, it never was much. There was only a few metal bands I listened to anyway.
Yeah.
Metallica being the main one. But even that, I fell out of favor with them.
Well, I guess we got to wrap things up before we get locked in here.
Do they close the gate?
I don't know. I don't want to find out.
Nor do I. I'm sure we could find a trail to get out of if we had to. Oh, well, wrap it up because I don't like your topics anyway.